Nothing like fresh brewed cup of coffee in the morning. While I wait, let's make my other cup of coffee for the morning. What about my other cup of coffee for the morning? Can't forget the French press. Nothing like cups of coffee in the morning. I don't know if you can tell, but we've been doing a coffee series on this channel and we're almost done. But which coffee maker is cheaper? Let's find out.
Right, you make coffee, so you'll need a coffee maker.
I figured we stand here at Bucky Stars and talk about the different types of coffee makers. So the first one we're going to talk about is drip coffee makers. Those are just your normal, regular coffee maker. It's usually the most energy efficient, and it doesn't matter whether or not you do ground coffee or whole bean coffee, even though whole bean tastes better. It doesn't affect the strength, the flavor, anything like that. Also, the size of your coffee maker is going to affect the energy efficiency. Whether or not you have a large one, a small one, if it has a warming plate, a clock, any other features, if you leave it plugged in, if you don't, all those different things will affect how energy efficient your drip coffee maker is. Next, we're going to talk about espresso machines. Now, I do not own an espresso machine, and for the math portion of this video, I went ahead and went online and found the fancy like Philips espresso machine everyone's been raving about and did the math for that one. With espresso machines, they're actually the least energy efficient. They just are so big and bulky. They take up a lot of counter space. They have a lot of features, which makes them less energy efficient and just cost more to run. And they have like the frother, like I said, they just have all the fancy bells and whistles. The next one we're going to talk about is the single serve or the pods. That would be like a Keurig or an espresso. The Keurig takes about the same as a drip coffee maker. The good thing about an espresso or a Keurig is they have everything in the little pod for you. So your milk, your sugar, any type of flavoring that you want, you can just buy the pod. Now it is more expensive because you have to buy each individual pod unless you buy the reusable pods and just use regular ground coffee, which is what I did. The one cool thing about an espresso machine, which I would love to have, but again, it just doesn't make sense for me and my family, is that they have barcodes on the pods. And so you put the pod in and it reads it, it brews the perfect cup of coffee for that pod, the perfect size, all the things. Because with Keurigs, one thing that I've noticed is you can do too much water and then it gets watery for your cup of coffee, and sometimes the ratios aren't right. With an espresso, it uses a technology to brew it perfectly, and then you take the pods and you send them back to the company so they're fully recyclable.
Recyclops destroy!
With the French press, you can make a strong cup of coffee. So this is our travel French press. So what you do is you put the coffee grounds here on the inside, you pour boiling hot water inside, then you will put the little, I don't even know what this thing is called. Okay, so my lovely husband just corrected my blonde stupidity, and this is called the French press, hence the name.
Duh.
Down in there, and you'll push it down, and it makes French press coffee. You can really control the temperature, you can control the flavor, the strength with a French press, which is really nice. If you steep it longer, it's gonna be a stronger cup. Less long, it's gonna be a more watery cup. So it just depends on what you want and the ratios and everything you would like to do. They recommend with French press and with pour over coffee that you measure in grams, like weigh it and everything. That's too much work for me, but if you want to do that, you can get a good quality cup of coffee doing that. Now with The pour over coffee, it's actually gonna be your less strong coffee. It has less caffeine, but it usually has a smoother flavor. So it might not be as strong, but it might have a richer, fuller, not as bitter flavor. And you just do the hot water, you pour it on top. They say to go in like a spiral motion. As you saw, I don't have something to do that. I just had my measuring cup and water was getting everywhere. What I did was I microwaved my water, and you will see the energy efficiency of microwaving your water. And is it really cheaper to use a pour over or a French press if you're gonna microwave your water? Let's find out. I've got my trusty taste tester. All right, so we have 4 different coffees we're gonna taste. All right.
You're not telling me what they are, right?
No, you have to guess.
I have to guess.
Tell me what you're experiencing.
It's very cold. Which is fine.
I know you like cold coffee.
It's a little watery.
Okay, watery. All right, what about that one?
More bitter.
Okay.
I hope you know what these all are.
I do.
This is a little warmer, just on the outside.
So many comebacks, yet not allowed to speak.
Too many comebacks. I cannot pick.
Smoother.
Okay.
Very hot. I know which one this is now, because you just did it. It's so hot I can't taste it. It's still watery.
So, number 1,
Number 1 is the Keurig,
2,
the Ninja,
3,
the pour over,
4.
the French press.
You know your coffee.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm very impressed.
I knew this was the French press because she just did it and it's really, really hot. So maybe give me a 75 on that.
Okay. All right. This is another installment of Haley Math. How much electricity each of these cost. So the Keurig, we're doing it by month, is 33 cents per month. The Ninja is also 33 cents per month. Now, we did not do an espresso machine just because I don't have one, but I did give you all the facts about it and found the wattage and everything. So the electricity per month for that one would be 34 cents a month. And then if you were to do the pour over or the French press, you think, oh, I'm not heating, or I'm not plugging it in, it should be fine, but you are heating up water. But in our microwave, if we did that, it was actually 41 cents a month. So doing the pour over and the French press, even though we're not plugging them in to use electricity, use more electricity, which I thought was very, very interesting.
That's really interesting.
If you like this video, go watch this one. This was the last video in our Saving on Coffee series. Next, we're gonna save on electricity. See you next time.